Hi everyone, this is Harry Hoffman. Today is week 4, day 5. We look at leaders and member care. Ministry leaders, mission leaders, and their connection to member care and the pyramid of care. Leaders usually carry the responsibility that their staff and members have enough member care, that they are covered in all corners of the pyramid. But who takes care of the leaders? So today I want to look at two things. One is looking through a leader's eyes at the pyramid of care, and then looking at it from a member care provider's eyes as the recipient is a leader. Let's get started. I gave leadership trainings in China and I came up with this image and I still like it. A difference between leader and manager. The leader sort of points the direction the group needs to go, or the ship needs to go, and the manager makes sure that the people on staff, that they are in synchronicity, that the boat, the engine is going smoothly. And usually leadership is summarized, the term leadership summarizes both leadership, the direction, and also management. And as you look at the guy who points the finger towards this is where we are going, you see a strong person from the outside. He has it all together, or she has it all together. He or she knows what they are doing. They have experience, and they are called and anointed by God. So there is this image from the outside that is just wow. But then you look at the leaders inside, and quite often that's a very different picture of insecurity, of fear, of rejection, of an empty tank, of risk. So there is the image from the outside that you see, and then the actually inside what's happening. And often those are worlds apart. A while ago I came across this list of 7 reasons why leaders don't finish well. I don't remember exactly where I have them from. I think it was Bobby Clinton. And one is the finances, abuse of finances. One is power and the abuse of power. One is pride, and pride that sort of leads to a downfall. Number 3 is sex and illicit sexual relationship. Number 5 is family and critical issues in the family. Number 6 is plateauing. Sort of, this is as far as I want to grow. I don't want to grow any further. Plateauing in your leadership development. And number 7 is emotional and psychological wounding. The people you lead, they require you to provide a level of safety and guidance and clarity and structure. And you do that as a leader, but at the same time, you require safety to disclose and share about what's really going on in your own life. And so you provide safety, but you don't receive the same safety that you would need to open up your heart and your life. And so that's a big tension leaders are in. And many don't make it. How do they compensate that tension? And this is really displayed in those 7 reasons why they don't finish well. So they move towards pride, power, money, and sex. They might develop a secret life or a second life, or they just check out. Now, as a member care provider, you as one of those 4 corners, you want to take care, you want to provide member care for the leader. Number 1 question is, who is in the middle? Is the leader in his role, in her role as a leader in the middle, or is the person in the middle? So let me start by looking at the leader in the middle. So if the recipient is the leader, then the goal of the pyramid of care is to support the leader. And sometimes it's easier to connect with a role, also as a member care provider, to support the person in a certain role. But what am I talking about? I'm talking about structure care. I talk about organizational development and team building. I talk about helping the leader develop SMART goals and strategic development, growth plans, staff care, sharpening your interpersonal skills workshops, intercultural learning, and lots of stuff that fit in either of those corners. So in the 7 S's, I shared about the shepherd care, the structure care, and the staff care. And there are lots of resources that can fit into that to support the leader in his or her role as a leader. So if the recipient is the person and not the leader, It's sometimes easier to connect with the leadership role, but if you as a member care provider want to connect with the person, and you ask, how are you doing? How is wife, husband, kids are doing? Oh, everything is great. Everything. I always have to smile when I hear everything is great. Spouse is great. Kids are great. I have heard so many stories. A friend of mine, his teenage son came home. He ended up being a gang leader, and he came home with his whole gang. And I was there when he came home with his whole gang. And it was, family is not doing well. But how do you connect with that? How do you build the trust as a member care provider to connect to that point? That takes a lot of time and safety. And it sometimes can be good to also do activities together with a leader, to have some juice, as I shared before, some relationship, maybe play football or do something. And so as you look at the friends and family corner, you can do something there that is just fun. Yeah, the church corner is another one where a leader usually is a leader. And when I was in Europe in a church, I sat in the last row. I was a nobody, and that was very good for me. I was a nobody. In the People Helper corner, member care providers can help the leader to look at deeper growth areas, sort of by, for example, let's read a book together. I was once part of a secular online peer support group. And I used the false name there. And that gave me a lot of freedom to just let out what's in me without being afraid of being recognized. How can a leader be supported from the professional corner as a person, not just in their job as a leader, but as a person? Needs trust building. And so that's why I appreciate a lot the mental health professional and counseling corner. To be in the professional corner, I did this the video on week 2, day 3 on mental health and counseling. You can review that. As I reflect on myself, I have a few friends that I keep quite close, and they represent different corners of the pyramid. It took a long time to develop those friendships, and they are not blinded by success stories. They usually ask, how are you doing? They are interested in my God relationship, in my relationships at large, in my intimate relationships, in my emotional well-being, psychological well-being, in my attitude and my God-centeredness. And I like them. I don't like them all the time. I also need juice, and I need to have fun, and I need to be out there and dance and climb and hike and bike. But I need those people, especially when I make major decisions that change my life. I need these people very close, or especially when I'm in a situation where I feel threatened, or I'm afraid I move underneath the water level, or I become self-centered. Then I have these people close to me, and they always have an open door to talk to me and say, Harry, stop. This is a red sign. This is a yellow sign. Wait a second before you do this. And they pray for me, and I keep them close. And this is really invaluable. I love these guys, and that's just gold in my life. But yeah, it takes time, and it takes effort to maintain those relationships, to keep them intact and alive and close and trusting and safe. And it's sometimes also a two-way street. It's not just a one-way street. It's a two-way street. I ask them, how are they doing? And I don't move into a leadership role. I remain peer. I remain the same. I'm not the expert. I show my empathy, and I share the pain that they go through. So yeah, it takes a while to develop this as leaders and as member care people who want to serve leaders. I hope there were good things in here for you today, probably more questions than answers, but it's a good start to get thinking about how can member care actively, proactively, and successfully support and strengthen leaders on the mission field, because that's a huge, huge, huge need, both in their work as leaders, in their strategic and structural work as leaders, but also in them as people, as persons who have needs that are usually not displayed openly. All right, I see you back tomorrow. Tomorrow we will talk about another application of the pyramid of care. Bye for now.